and welcome back to my Dave and Sports Convo. I'm your host, Dave, and Monday Night Football just concluded. So that means Week 10 is over. And it's been a fascinating week. A lot of blowouts, a lot of, upsets, and crazy turns and events. All right, let's dial it back. The Thursday Night Football, one of the worst football games of the season. Las Vegas at Denver. Denver Broncos came out on top 10-7. Off Troy Franklin touchdown was the highlight. Whew. Genti on the other end with their highlight for the touchdown. Terrible game. Denver won. It was just atrocious and hard to watch. But good game for them in a key division game. Raiders coming back Monday Night Football. We'll see how that comes out. Then we had 9:30 at Berlin, Atlanta at Indianapolis. Indianapolis came out on top 31-25 with the multiple touchdowns from Jonathan Taylor, 200 yards. Woo! Above 200 yards rushing. Yeah. And Atlanta, Drake London looked nice. It was just kind of a oopsie-gazy. Tyler Algier had a nice touchdown. Competitive game. Best international game for sure. Put it down. Definitely going to be better than Madrid coming up next week with Miami and Washington. All right, then moving back to the States for the 1 o'clock games, we had Cleveland at New York Jets. Nick Manningham passed, unfortunately. Definitely a Hall of Fame Jet, and probably a Hall of Famer, honestly. Like one of the best centers I've ever seen in football. They played hard, and it showed. I should have picked him to win. I should have saw it coming. I didn't know they were going to hold a memorial for him. But Jets came out on top 27-20. Breece Hall looking great. They had multiple kick return touchdowns. Special teams came out on top. Cleveland on the other end, David Njoku had a touchdown. I think Jared Jeudy did too. Big game. Jets came out on top. Cleveland getting closer and closer to getting the number 1 overall pick. We'll see how all rides. Definitely adds, parity to who's going to get number 1. Then, especially with this game, Saints at Carolina. Carolina loses to the Saints 17-7. Put that on your bingo card. Chris Olave, beautiful touchdown. Also another key catch for the win. Rico Dado had a touchdown for Carolina. Saints came out on top. Big game for them. Also taking them out of the number 1 pick. We'll see how that rides. Then a big game that everyone was really excited about. New England at Tampa Bay. I picked Tampa Bay. I was wrong. New England came out on top. And, it was definitely big on New England. Kyle Williams had a touchdown as a rookie. Trayvon Henderson had 2 touchdowns. Even had enough time to look at his coach to see if he should score or not based on how close the game was. Mecca Buka first drive had a touchdown and 45 yards. It was big to see. What was I going to say? It was definitely a competitive game. I mean, New England just pulled away. I mean, they were just ahead the whole time. Drake make his case for MVP. Woo! We'll see about that. Baltimore at Minnesota. Baltimore came out on top like I thought they would. 27-19. JJ had 2 interceptions, had some key touchdowns. What's his name? Jalen Naylor, which was nice. He's that's the thing. He's looking comfortable in the offense. Aaron Jones had a touchdown. Let's say Baltimore was just looking great. I mean, Lamar Jackson was just on fire. Baltimore is on continuing their streak since Lamar came back to try to win the AFC North. They're only 1 game behind Pittsburgh, so we'll see how that rides out. Buffalo at Miami. I was totally wrong. I think everyone picked Buffalo to win. I picked against the Dolphins. I'm wrong as a Dolphins fan. I'm proud of them for winning. They came out top 30-13. David Achane was looking good. 2 touchdowns and big play yards, runs for yardage. And it was nice to see. Buffalo was just deer in the headlights. They didn't know what was going on. James Cook was terrible. Josh Allen was terrible. They kept playing from behind, just throwing it. It was the most key, obvious offense. So Miami capitalized. Big win for Miami. Terrible loss for Buffalo. Then we had Giants at Chicago. Chicago won a close game, 24-20. Jackson Dart exited the game. It was a concussion. It was big for Caleb Williams. He had a lot of clutch throws. Now Brian Daboll is officially fired as of today. definitely because of the result of this game and others. As Jackson Dart has multiple concussions tested for, and just how he's being used is terrible. So, big move for the Giants. They're probably going to clean house with the front office soon too. We'll see how that all rides. But yeah, Chicago with the big win. Now they're on a good win streak for themselves. So the NFC North is shaping up for sure. Big big losses for Minnesota and the Packers. Big wins for Chicago and Lions. And that's like every week NFC North team's going to win. Put my money on it. Then moving on, Jacksonville at Houston. I did not watch this game. I'm being honest, Jacksonville fans and Houston fans. I was watching other games. Big comeback. Houston was down 26 at the start of the fourth. Ended up getting 26 points and holding Jacksonville to 0 in the fourth quarter. Big win. Jacksonville also had a kick return touchdown for Washington, and that just gets. Well, that's the thing. They teams that win with like kick returns and then they lose. It's just crazy to me. I'd be mad if I was that special team player. So yeah, Houston with the big win. Davis Mills with his first start of the season with C.J. Stroud being out. Houston looked amazing. Big game. Jacksonville, deer headlights. They're falling off a cliff. They look like one of the top teams in the AFC, and now they can't even beat anybody. They're just looking terrible. Key losses on injuries for Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter, but Jacoby Myers was, he's getting into it. We'll see how it all rides. But big win for Houston. I don't know what this whole AFC South is trying to do in general. Like Indianapolis is clear-cut lead. None of them will make wild card. I don't know what they're waiting for, but they're all fighting their hearts out. So if you're a fan of those teams, big to see. Then for the 4 o'clock games, they're all the same score. All right. Literally, how do I say it? All in like the 40s range to the 20s. So let's break it down first. Arizona at Seattle to start it off. I picked Seattle. I was right. Seattle, they did so well. It was like 21-0. Like they just kept running the ball after that. They was like, let's see what our run game can do. They had a lot of turnovers, giving Arizona a chance to score. But the game ended up being 44-22. It was closer than it seems. But Seattle rocked the house against Arizona in this key division game. Then Detroit at Washington. Donald Trump attended the game. It was cool to see. I guess this like the first president to be there and commentate on like the broadcast. Of course, it's hit Donald Trump, so interesting commentary. Detroit came out on top, 44-22, and it was big to see. I mean, the Lions were crushing them. I mean, it was just Gibbs, St. Brown. Nothing could be stopped. It was just running down. Washington had some touchdown. Deebo Samuel. There's not much to see there. I mean, wiped the floor with them. The Lions did. Big game. And then the Rams at San Fran, big division game. Rams won 42-26. Stafford was amazing. Devontae Adams with a nice touchdown. Puka with Cameron Williams with all their offensive playmakers doing the distance. San Fran, they struggled. Even though that's 26 points, they were just struggling. Christian McCaffrey, Kittle, not looking great. They need Brandon Ayuk so badly. So yeah, big win for the Rams. And Brock Purdy should be coming back next week. We'll see. If Mac Jones would have won this, then they would not have went back to Brock Purdy. But with this loss, it opens the gates for Brock Purdy. So we'll see how that all works out. Then for Sunday Night Football, it was terrible. It was Pittsburgh at Los Angeles Chargers. I picked Pittsburgh. I was wrong. Chargers came out on top, 25-10. Big game. Rodgers with some interceptions. Was a key turnover. He threw a nice touchdown to Roman Wilson, but not much there. Chargers pulled it together. Vidal was looking good. 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, terrible week for me. I'm doing my count up of what I was right or wrong on, and it's not looking good as I'm counting down these games here. But yeah, Chargers came out on top. Big win for them at Los Angeles, even though there was so many Pittsburgh fans there. And then Pittsburgh's dropping the ball. They're losing the race. Baltimore's gonna come back and win the division. So it's getting more and more apparent. So this Aaron Rodgers experiment is not working out like they thought it was. So we'll see how it rides. But yeah, big win for the Chargers. Then for Monday Night Football, it just concluded. It was a terrible game to watch. Big defensive game. Brought us back to the dark ages. Philadelphia, Green Bay. Philadelphia won 10-7. Bad play gone by Matt LaFleur. He was just terrible and too conservative. Like it was like trying to lose the game. Someone got to check his prop bets, check his history. It was just terrible. Josh Jacobs with a nice touchdown for Green Bay. They tried to kick it at the end for the win. It was just too far out, especially with McCandless coming off an injury. It was just not working. They just didn't do enough to put that kicker in a position to actually make the kick. So it seems like it was self-destructive. And at Green Bay home, that must have been hard to watch for you Green Bay fans. I'm sorry you had experienced that. With Philadelphia, Devontae Smith with a key touchdown. Offense was lackluster. Saquon Barkley had a highlight reel. Not a big game, but he had like 2 key highlights that was really nice with Saquon Barkley S to see. So that was the entertainment of the game. All right, so NFL Week 10 concluded. I was 7 for 14. I was 50%, so toss of a quarter. All right, 50-50. I can see how I could have changed some things and see some things better to improve on, but I don't want to do Monday morning quarterback this late at night. But I could definitely improve on this, I think. And we'll see how that rides. Thank you guys for watching. It's a pleasure. Here, that was just my quick synopsis recap. And it was a fantastic week of football. Excited for more. Stay tuned for my picks. Thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate all y'all. This honestly is very fun for me, and I know I say it every week. I just want to let everyone know, like, I'm having too much fun. Like, I just like putting my picks, my opinion about football out there as a football fan, mainly a Detroit Lions fan. And and I just appreciate anybody hearing me out. So thank you all again. Have a great night. You're probably gonna see this all in the morning. Have a great Tuesday, and thanks you all again. Like, share, and subscribe, and have a great one. Peace.